Welcome back to WaterparkRangers Let's Play Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. In the last episode, we reached Far Outpost, and in this episode, we searched for Gold Bob and General White. After a couple random battles with Prosperanas and the whatchamacallits. Let's just bust out our showstopper. We're actually going into perhaps the lamest part of the game right here in this episode. The search for Gold Bob and General White, which is unnecessary padding that just makes you revisit areas that you've been to before. There's going to be a lot of cutting. But fortunately, we have some shortcuts open, so at least you'll find the quickest possible ways to get to each of the areas where General White was previously sighted. And of course, Gold Bob is another thing altogether. He retired and he lives in Poshley Heights these days. He was on the train in the 6th chapter. Anyway, we're leveling up now, so I figured that was kind of an important battle to see, because we've reached an entirely new level here. Let's see, what am I going to pick, because I don't even remember what I picked. We picked... FP? FP? HP? What? Come on, make up your mind! Yeah, I think FP. Money's on FP. It was FP. I felt really accomplished in guessing that. Mario became an A-list star. Next battle, Mario's crowd and stage get any bigger. Alright, we have reached a new threshold there, actually. Since we're an A-list star, we are going to have, I think, a crowd of 150? Anyway, I'm dropping by the shop. Let's see. Did I buy anything from the shop? There's going to be so much splicing this episode, so you're just going to have to bear with me. Damage Dodge P. We bought Damage Dodge, I believe, last episode, or the episode before. So now we have both Damage Dodge and Damage Dodge P. I don't know if we're ever going to equip them, but they're very worthwhile badges to have. And besides, you got to spend all that money on something, know what I mean? I think I've realized that, know what I mean, I've been saying that a lot more recently in these videos. It's a college thing, I guess. It's infecting my videos. There's someone else I know who says know what I mean a lot. It's been rubbing off on me. Apparently. Anyway, we're going to use some of our shines, or star pieces to buy. Who knows, I might have even found that star piece on my way back, and cut ahead of it. Anyway, we have 16, and that's enough for Power Plus P. Very useful badge, because that's going to make one of our party members a little bit stronger. And I just love having more offense. Offense is the best. It's the best. Random little fact here. I don't know why I'm thinking of this. I guess because the best. I love... random confession here. I love Jack Black's Nacho Libre. Like, it's such a funny movie. I don't care what anyone says. Like, normally I have a pretty good taste for movies. But I know that most people just don't like Nacho Libre, and they're totally justified in not liking it. But man, I love Nacho Libre. I just happen to be someone who really likes that movie, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned it before. I'm surprised it never came up throughout the entire duration of the Glitzville chapter, the Glitz Pit chapter, the 3rd chapter. Like, then again, I might have mentioned it and just forgotten. I feel like Nacho Libre is one of those things I must have mentioned at least at one point prior in my LPing experience. So, we gotta talk to the mayor, I believe. There's a certain NPC you have to find in each area, and that is just aggravating.
Oh, if it isn't Murphy! What's that you say? General White? Well, I'm certain I've seen him around, but not lately, no. I think he may have possibly said he might head south to a more tropical locale. Drinky Key, was that it? Yup, that's it. That might possibly, perhaps, could be it.
So, yeah. It's one person in each area, and only one is going to be the one you need to talk to in order to progress, to find the next person in the next area who you need to talk to open the one in the next area, and so on and so forth. It's just one long game of going after them. Anyway, this is where it really helps to have these warp pipes opened up. New area here that we haven't been to before, and here we're going to smash that one with our powered-up Ultra Hammer, which opens up warp points to chapters 5 and 6, I believe. FP plus, very good. If we want more FP, we can just trade in some BP for that. But right now, I'm pretty happy with just keeping our BP where it's at. I guess we gotta wait for that to descend. Descend like a beat dropped by Skrillex. Skrillex drops the beat. The beats, they're falling. Drop the beat, Skrillex. But Skrillex refuses to drop the beat. He clings to it greedily, dooming the future of the world in his hand. I forget where I read that, but that's not original material by me, trust me. Oh my god, just a random question here. This is just something fun for you. You can leave this in the comments below. I don't even, like, give a damn about Skrillex. Like, I seriously don't. It's just a fun name for me to say. But, okay. If you know who Skrillex is, and if you don't, feel free not to comment. But if you know who Skrillex is, then just post in the comments one word you would never use to describe Skrillex. Just lay it on me, man, because I'm really interested to hear your response. This is just a question I've taken to asking a lot of people recently. Anyway, heading back here, we got, Trouble Center. Right, we gotta check the board. I haven't done this in the longest time. I don't care about your instructions, man. I know how to take trouble. We, like, rarely take trouble, but in this case, we're going to take one that's related to, Toodles Need a New Book. This one is just one I'm ending up taking up because it's going to open, I believe, the last of the Parlor minigames, which I've been showing you how to unlock, but not necessarily how to beat. And for the record, I have... Oh, there's my famous for the record. For the record, I have gotten the high scores in all those minigames, but we're just not doing them in this LP because I don't give a damn enough to do them. So you're going to have to do that on your own time. I am at least showing you how to unlock them because I'm just that nice of a guy. Anyway, the reason that we're going to be getting this last one during this intermission here is, number one, because we don't want to do it in the middle of the story related quest, and number two, it just happens to be where we're going to find Gold Bob. They're both in Poshley Heights, so that's where I'm heading right now via this warp pipe. We sure are handling things in a very handy manner. What I usually do is, before I go in and start recording, I'll lay out like a game plan for what I'm going to do for a recording session in Microsoft Word. I'll just keep some instructions there, step-by-step things of, like, what I'm going to do. And this doesn't necessarily mean, like, how to solve puzzles, because for the most part, I know how to handle most battles and puzzles, but sometimes it can be tough to figure out when I'm going to jump into a side quest or whatever, and having a little cue there to read along as I record is sometimes nice. That was a huge help for doing Wind Waker, and also getting all the wizard cards in Chamber of Secrets. So the first deal is you gotta go talk to Toodles here. She's gonna say that she wants to read a magazine, and her friend Miss Jolene lives in Glitzville. She was the mysterious ex who sent the messages back in Chapter 3, so we're gonna have to go check on her. So yeah, that was why we visited. That was the whole deal there. Also, there's pasta that you can buy from that stand, but I don't think we're gonna purchase any, number one, because it's too expensive, and I believe there are better ways for us to heal. So what we're going to do is we're going to head up to Glitzville by doing some cutting ahead, because there's no warp pipe that leads directly to Glitzville. You got to take the blimp. So I'm going to go back and take the blimp, and then go all the way back to Poshley Heights. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. Here we are in Glitzville. We got to find Miss Jolene again. Apparently, you can play through the Glitz pit twice, but I have no intention on doing that. Sorry, I've never done that because it just does not appeal to me. The only thing here that I'm really looking for is a shine sprite up there. That's the only other thing I'm going to grab. And they all have lines about how they want us to have our comeback, but of course that's not going to happen. That might actually be the final shine sprite we ever grab in the game right there. And I know that there's another way you're supposed to be able to get that, where you hit the block underneath it and then jump up to grab it normally, but I was too stupid to ever find it myself. So yeah, that's how you get those. Dude, I don't care about becoming a champ again. I just want to talk to Jolene. Oh, funny thing is, Jolene is actually one of the names of the Poe sisters in Ocarina of Time, and the Poe sisters are named after the characters from the book Little Women. And I believe there's a movie of Little Women, which is fairly famous too. Funnily enough, I was doing some research for a class recently where I found, actually, the man who turned out to be the father of the girl who wrote Little Women. And he was apparently used as a character in that story. Wow, man, that was like 5 kills removed from Paper Mario. What the hell am I even talking about? This is what I get when I haven't recorded in the longest time, and then I end up like doing back-to-back-to-back like 8 episodes. I've done a lot, actually, because I haven't recorded in so long, and then finally I'm like, okay, I have a chance to record. I've got to make myself do it, because otherwise we're never going to get this LP done. And man, I want to get this LP done, because we got to finish it, man. I keep telling myself that I'm not going to give up. Never give up. We got to give up. We got to not give up and finish this LP. Finish what you start. That's what I say. That's actually one of my #1 rules for becoming a Let's Player, is there's so many people who will start a project and then just stop finishing it for whatever reason. And look, I can understand it if you die or, like, you get some major shift in your life. But come on, most people who stick with a series want to see it finished. So as soon as you start posting sections of something, even if it's not explicitly your creation from the grounds up, if it's a project that you're trying to get out to someone, you want to give them every second of it. Regardless of how long it takes, you want at least for it to be available in archive form when all is said and done at the end of the day. And that's where I can really admire, say, even if I'm not a fan of everything that happened in the story, Homestuck by Andrew Hussey, because he has such an incredible work ethic for updating it constantly and consistently, and just like totally dedicating himself to it. One dedicated dude. So the fact that he, number one, can finish it, and number two, can finish it at a really like consistent pace, that really impresses me. And Thousand Year Door, as you know, if you've been keeping up with it, like along with my other LPs, has proceeded the slowest out of all of them. Of course, because of college life. But if I were to say that it was exclusively because of college that I've like not been doing as much like consistent LP updating anymore, it just wouldn't be true. The truth is, I've been working on a few other side projects, and I might have mentioned it before, and one time I may eventually bring them to light. And who knows, they might even find some way to tie into what I'm doing here on YouTube. So just, I guess, stay on the lookout for what I'm going to be doing with my channel after Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is over. It may be a while. Oh, one thing I can say is I'm not sure how many more LPs I'm going to be doing after this one, because I'm not, like, hugely dedicated, as you know. I just make sure to finish what I start, but that doesn't mean, like, LPing is what I do exclusively as a person, that is far from it. But I'm going to tell you this much. We are at least going to do one more LP before all is said and done. Most likely, we're going to be doing at least 3 more, because there's 3 particular games that I'm going to very likely be doing Let's Plays of. Very likely. And you can probably guess, if you took educated guesses as to what they are. It's really funny that I'd be doing 3 of them because, spoilers, all 3 of them are the 3rd number of a certain kind of game. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter, okay? Just let you get excited about that. Because right now, we gotta be excited about Thousand Year Door, man. Even if what we're doing right now is the shittiest part of the game. At least it's slowly coming to a close. And we're going to be going to the conclusion of the game with Chapter 7. And it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be really cool and radical. It actually has one of the coolest BGMs in the game. BGM stands for background music. Yeah, background music, BGM. Though usually I say OST. In general, music file, however you want to say. Anyway, is this the right Puny? Fortunately, yes, it is the correct Puny. Thank God. Alright, old Bonbon with a great mustache, but I have no idea where he went. He may have said he was going somewhere dark. Okay, that's Twilight Town, and I believe Twilight Town is the final one we need to go to. Oh, speaking of Twilight Town, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 actually looks really good. I've been going over this with Blanket11, who's one of my friends, and as you know, he co-commentates on these videos from time to time. And occasionally I'll co-commentate on some of his. And he's hugely into Kingdom Hearts, at least more than I am. I know my roommate is also really big into Kingdom Hearts, and I was kind of skeptical about 1.5, because come on, it just sounds bootleg, Kingdom Hearts 1.5, but it's a good graphical update, and they implemented the action commands in it well. Like, I'll talk about it probably more next episode. Anyway, we're going to be catching up to General White finally next episode, and probably taking care of the Gold Bob business too, if we haven't already. See you then.